Welcome back, everybody. My name is All Fun and Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV, and I also make fun little videos here on YouTube. Today, we're going to be talking about the Steam Workshop, and specifically for Don't Starve Together. Now, I've noticed recently that it's been harder and harder to find new mods coming out, and I've been really looking forward to seeing some new mods. But lately, I mean, honestly, for a while now, I've not really noticed many super popular mods. That's not to say that some of the new mods that have came out are not justified as being great mods. I've just noticed that, of course, if you click on your most popular and sort it by things between 1 week, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, or all time, you notice that the all-time mods are still obviously the all-time mods. Now, a few years ago, you would go in here and you would see things like just randomly popping up. For example, there's Epic Health Bar that came around, I think 2020, maybe 2021. I don't even remember exactly when it came out, but things like that got released. Oh, never mind, 2017. Okay, well, I was a little bit off, but nonetheless, these sort of mods like and stuff like this have started kind of dwindling down, and I've kind of noticed that even going to 3 months. And you still have things like this and, some like colored percentage, which is kind of a cool mod. But there's not really that like staple of a mod that's kind of came out. And even sorting by 1 year, I'm still noticing that these are some of the more popular mods, which I haven't really experimented on. But nonetheless, I'm looking for ones that obviously make a huge impact on Don't Starve Together. That is like, you might as well have this mod because it's pretty good. I mean, if you want Monkey Run client mod that makes your Wilson or any character run like a monkey, well, that's, this is probably the mod for you. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm just waiting to see kind of like what ends up getting added. Like, there's just not really anything out there that I've really found interesting. Of course, there's things like carpet and like aesthetic stuff, but even so, I've honestly haven't really found much. The one mods that I've kind of been attracted to a lot are these HUD mods, which seem to be actually one of my favorites, of course, because it changes the game a lot. Well, not a lot, but it changes the visual appeal of the game, which I love a lot too. Of course, you have, global positions remapped, which I haven't really experimented much with, but of course, it depends on like obviously what you're looking for, but regular global position still works anyways. So there's a lot of different capabilities to kind of go in there and play around with the workshop, but I just have not found that one mod that just stands out, as I feel like a lot of smaller mods are getting released, which are still good too. So what am I getting at here? Well, what I'm trying to figure out is, are mods kind of slowing down on the workshop, or is it more so just that Don't Starve Together is not as popular as it used to be when it comes to making mods? I mentioned in my previous video that I would love for Steam to make a way to kind of encourage mod makers to actually not necessarily make money off of it, but it would be really good if they could, or potentially just get a lot of exposure. In things like Nexus mods, for example, I believe Nexus mods makes ways for creators of mods to make money from it, and that's why big companies like the maker of Stardew Valley is so encouraging to have Nexus mods be one of their main focuses, because of course the creators of the mods are able to make money and profit from doing so, which they definitely deserve. And they've mentioned that they want to steer clear of Steam Workshop because Steam doesn't really doesn't encourage, the payment to creators of mods, which in my opinion, they definitely deserve. And, if you spend hours and hours and hours making a mod, then consistently updating it only for the sake of actually just getting recognition from the workshop, sure, that's great. But if you're not getting paid to do so, time is money, right? So of course it's your project and depends on how you make it out. But if you really look at big mods like that have came out from their beginning, like look at Combined Status. This mod has been ranked a 5-star by 70,000 users and probably downloaded multiple millions of times, as people have obviously flocked to this actual situation to actually get this mod that's so simple but that does such a great job. And rarely do I see people kind of commenting about the creator of these mods. Like if you look at this like Soil Worker and Rez, I mean, in my opinion, I would love more unique shout outs to these creators because they've done a great job. So here we go. I'm just kind of making a video to just talk about, what do you think is going on with Don't Starve Together when it comes to new mods? Do you feel like there's already so many mods out there for Don't Starve Together that if you look back 3-6 months ago at the most popular mod, there's really not much coming out anymore because all the new mods can't really, one up the older mods are already out? Or do you feel like mods are just not being created for Don't Starve Together much? If you're a mod creator, I would love to see more HUD mods. I mean, but honestly, at the end of the day, if you're just somebody like that used to be a mod creator and no longer wants to do it because you're not getting paid to do so, I completely understand. So nonetheless, I'm just making this video because I honestly miss seeing a flood of awesome mods come out, and I'm not saying that these mods are not good. I'm just focusing on the fact that I wish that I would see a lot of new mods that have to do with like increasing, quality of life or things to do like that in Don't Starve Together. So in my opinion, I'm just waiting to see, new mods get released that obviously hit the top charts. And so that being said, have I found a mod recently that I've really enjoyed in the past year? Well, let's go through that real quick. One of my favorite mods that I've seen in the past year, I just mentioned, which is, of course, the soul-infused HUD mod. These HUD mods are created quite often, and when they do such an amazing job. And honestly, going forward, I would love to see more and more and more of these, but of course, if there's only a few every now and then, I wouldn't really argue too much. I'm already subscribed to all the HUD mods because I think they're just so beautiful, and they just make such a unique way of playing Don't Starve Together. Of course, if we go through the actual, creators of this, you can click on their workshop items and you can see more other things that they have actually made when it comes to their workshop. So if you actually want to go to your creators of the workshop mods that you're looking at, you can click on their profile as long as it's public, and then click on workshop items to see what other awesome stuff that they came up with. So yeah, that's how you go out there and support more ways for your creator to understand that they're doing a great job. So like I said, don't take it as, oh wow, he's not satisfied with the mods that are getting released every day. It's not that I'm not satisfied. I think making mods as hard as it is, and I give real big shout outs to all the people that have actually spent the time to making mods. What I'm basically saying is that I'm really looking for that big sticky mod that gets released and to actually be a huge changer to where everybody starts flocking towards it. For example, when Action Q Reborn came out, it was such a great mod that everybody needed to go towards it because everybody realized how much of a lifesaver that mod is. So what I'm looking for is another one of those mods that you just cannot live without. So once again, I'm opening up the comments to basically ask you, post down below in the comments what you think your favorite mods are. If you have a favorite mod that has gotten released recently, comment about it, talk about it, explain what it is, and I want to go out there and use it because I want to talk about it and I want to find more mods to use in Don't Starve Together that is more quality of life than anything. I'm not really looking for mods that add new characters because obviously those are still cool, but in reality, it's not really my cup of tea. My cup of tea is something like I mentioned before, aesthetically pleasing, something that makes the world different, something that basically just makes your way of using Don't Starve Together or playing Don't Starve Together a little bit, not necessarily easier, but more enjoyable across the board. Anyways, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.